All right, we're just one day away from Friday Night Football, or Friday Night Frenzy on Channel 3, whatever you want to call it. Our sports crews travel across the state for the best high school games.
Football is frenzy, right? Sports reporter Marc Robbins is here to give us a sneak peek at the biggest games and how the UConn basketball teams are faring right now.
Yes, we got a lot, so much to talk about, but our F&F game of the week is going to be a good one, and we had a great one last week. I want to give a shout out to our colleague Quinn Pramberger for doing the play-by-play last week. Yeah, he did a great job in our girls' game last week, which was Morgan at Old Saybrook. And this week, of course, we have a matchup, a boys' matchup, one out, and that'll be Waterford at Fitch. I'll be out there to do that game. I'm heading out to Groton probably pretty early to get there on a Friday.
Right.
You know, you have to leave with the traffic.
Yeah. Exactly. Exit 74 gets a little hairy there with the traffic at that time.
That should be a really good game from the ECC. Fitch hosting Waterford, two very strong, perennially strong programs. So I'm very excited about doing that game.
When you look at these kids, do you see, oh my gosh, that one stands out, that one could go?
You do. Now, and yes, you see them, you say, well, that kid can play at the next level.
Yeah.
That kid can play in college, and these two teams might indeed have that. So 7 o'clock right here on the Wax Live Friday night.
Terrific.
Great. All right, let's talk UConn men's basketball.
Okay. All right.
They are dropped all the way down to what, number 25?
Number 25.
Okay.
You know, there are probably 350 other schools that would like to be ranked
number
25.
25.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
But yes, so it's been a drop and it's been a struggle over the last several weeks. Liam McNeely, their star freshman, has been out with an ankle injury. They've struggled. They struggled last night at home against DePaul, a team that's only won one game in the conference. And DePaul jumped out to a 14-point lead, 28-14 on the Huskies, and UConn had to fight back. This is not your typically stout defensive UConn team. That's part of the problem. They struggled defensively. Dan Hurley had, you know, we're going to hear from him in just a second, but he was kind of subdued for Dan, certainly, during the game and even post-game. But it seemed to work. He was stern, but he wasn't screaming at the guys, and they fought back. And they came back in the second half and won the game, wound up winning by 11. And the score is not really indicative of the type of game it was. But the team did struggle. Alex Caravan, 1 for 14 from the floor. So, Scott, that's only one more basket that you would score if you were playing college
100%.
basketball.
In his dreams.
But with all of that, Dan Hurley says, you know, hey, a win's a win.
Let's listen.
You know, your best player and, you know, two-time champion and one of the best players in the league, you know, goes 1 for 14. But I'll credit Alex; he did a lot of other things out there. You know, but you know, when you're under circumstances like that, when you're already down another great player, you know, I'm just happy that we were able to, you know, win by 11 with where that game was headed.
Dan looks tired.
Yeah,
he looks kind of down.
Is he all right?
Well, this team is wearing on him.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You know, he has expectations. We all do after the last couple of years winning a national title. But this team has talent, but it doesn't have the cohesiveness, doesn't have the mental toughness yet to close out these games in kind of a comfortable fashion, or win games in a comfortable fashion.
We got to let you go, but we love you.
I love being here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark.
Appreciate
Good to
it,
see
Mark.
you.